Hello everyone, welcome back to the Street Show. We're playing some classic NES Final Fantasy 1 today. I have some wonderful, great, awesome, the best news. For me. Well, I mean for you too. It depends on, if you've made it this far and if you've experienced the terror that is me having to lean backwards or forwards in my chair. This is me leaning backwards now, and this is me leaning forwards now. Notice you didn't hear, hopefully, anything. That's because I finally found the WD-40, and that was the problem, so now we are all set. Now, I also made another executive decision. What I'm planning on doing is, hey, here's the intro, and now I'm gonna pause the video and get up to oh, you can probably see my mouse still. I'll have to fix that in the future. Anyways, I'm gonna pause the video, and I'm gonna level up to level 3, and then we'll get the actual episode started. Sorry, just felt really quickly that I wanted to show this guy off. Basically, as soon as I paused the video, I got into a fight with one of these. I killed it. Another one came up, and I thought it'd be a good idea to show anyone who hadn't seen it before. Alright, be right back. Alright, we're back. It only took a couple minutes, actually. But that's a couple minutes that you didn't have to sit there watching me mash the A button. Plus, I didn't want anyone to think I was doing something silly or that you guys would miss out on anything after I leveled up. Because I do want to go make sure we get all of our spell slots filled, at least as much as we can right now. There's nothing else that we can do as far as weapons or armor, at least not that I want to do. Technically, we could put weapons or armor on our black belt, but I don't want to. So let's see, what spells does everyone have so far? He's got Cure and Harm. He's got Lit, Fire, and Sleep. So all we need is a white magic spell, so move. Alright. So Thor. I'm just gonna buy Ruse. I didn't take the time to look it up. Sadly, working 40 hours a week, not doing video game related items. Move. Thank you. Kind of eats into my research time, unless I say I'm going to spend X amount of hours doing that exact thing beforehand. Alright. We are level 3. We have filled up all of this level 1 spells that we can hold on to at this point in the game. So, we are going to head up north, because if you go south, there's water, and you can't cross the water yet. And if you go north, there's stuff you can explore. Namely, we go all the way up here, and we can apparently fight some more imps. Let's see how Chuck's doing. He's still hitting pretty weak at level 2, but we just lit level 3, so maybe he doesn't suck anymore. Well, maybe I'm being overly optimistic. Hey, 8 damage, that's better than, the 3 that I saw him doing last level, so... There you go, 10 damage. Alright, he's finally a capable warrior. It's sad that the white mage can still hit harder than him, but it is what it is. Anyways, we're going up here. This is the castle thing. Now, I can tell you, Garland is right here. I think Garland is a guy. Maybe Garland doesn't have an associated gender. But, we are not going to fight Garland yet. Oh, but you said we were going to go fight Garland. Oh, hey. I can show something off now. Let's cast Harm, because I can. Boom. 36 damage at level 3. Yeah. Alright, so in this chest I found a cap. Just in case, I wanted to equip that on someone who doesn't already have one. these guys hit, or how much damage they're gonna take. So let's find out. Yeah, so dude hits like a truck. He could probably take one of these out himself. I also was not paying attention at how much damage they did to this other wolf, so we'll just have everyone else attack it, and then hopefully, when this is all said and done, there'll be— oh yeah, there he goes. There'll be one left. Alright. Now, if I remember correctly, there's a chest in every corner, and I'm pretty sure the ones that are on the far right are empty chests. But I don't remember. We're gonna find out. Oh, that's a lot of wolves. So let's go there, 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 and let's burn this great wolf. Look at that, chucked it 19 damage. And dude missed? Okay, let's see. Let's go here, here, and we'll just fight that great wolf. And hopefully Vivi will do more than like 2 damage. I don't actually know what the great wolf's HP is. It doesn't do anything, so it's hard for me to say. Oh no, not Chuck. Let's have Chuck do that, and then we will cure him, and hopefully he don't die. And we're gonna burn another great wolf. See, this, just making sure to be able to go get those chests, even when I leveled up to 3, I'm still, like, concerned for my well-being. Dude, you gotta stop missing, dude. Oh, we did a whole lot of nothing. I honestly feel like I should cure again. And we're just gonna cast another spell. We're just gonna kill this one. Of course, if they all get to attack, it doesn't really matter which one I attack first, so... So I think we'll have Dude attack the Great Wolf, and then everyone else goes to the regular wolf. And hopefully it's enough. There we go. 59 experience points is pretty nice. Bunch of zombies, eh? How am I gonna do this? I think probably this way. I'm not actually sure how much health they have either. That is one thing. Alright, so general advice about this game. Oh wow, they don't have very much health at all. So we do it this way. This game came out in 1987. Well before the day of the modern internet. And because there's so much stuff that goes on in this game, and they didn't have... Well, I don't know if it was that they didn't have, or if... I don't know. By the way, the Mystic Key is what we're looking for. That was what was up with these two on the right, and we'll just check the bottom one while we're here. Anyways, back in the day, they would send a manual with the game that had all the information in it, because there's so much stuff in this game. You can definitely kill that by yourself, and you can definitely kill that by yourself. We'll send you here just in case. And this manual had all the weapons, and it had a nice pretty grid of who all could use what weapons or cast what spells. And I'm pretty sure in there they had details on like, all the monsters you can fight, with the exception of maybe the final bosses, but I don't actually remember specific details. But now there's handy websites that have all that information, so that's very handy. Alright, Vivi's getting close to dead. That's not good. That was helpful. That's not helpful. Let's see, we'll go you there, and I think we'll just sick everyone else on the top wolf. Alright, so both wolves have attacked. Got the one on the bottom, and the one on the top. Alright. Now, I believe I got a cabin. Cabin is something that you can use in the overworld. Yeah, this needs a key as well. It's one of the items you can use in the overworld that restores health to your party. This could go poorly. I feel like they don't have very much health either. So we're gonna stick everyone but dude on the bottom. Oh yeah, 12. As long as dude doesn't miss, that skeleton's dead. No cabin, tent, house, all those kinds of items restore health to your party. And the higher tier versions of that will also restore spell slots. So I believe we should still have 0 spell level 1 spell slots available. But I think we could still kill Garland just by wailing into him. No one touches my princess. Light warriors? You impertinent fools. I, Garland, will knock you all down. How very kind of him to only push us onto the ground. I thought for sure he was going to try and kill us. One thing I was thinking about yesterday when I recorded the first episode was whether or not I should do some kind of voices for the characters when I'm reading out loud, especially until they get voice actors, which I don't think happens until Final Fantasy X. Well, no, I think Final Fantasy IV has some voice acting, at least in the more recent version. But you know, if I'm gonna be reading it, I could spice it up instead of just reading it in my normal voice. But we'll see. You know, if dude could stop missing, he could actually kill Garland. Make some progress. No, we're not hitting Garland for all that much damage. I know he's got a little bit more health than the average enemy at this point, but it'd be nice if we could just be done. Nice, 1 damage. It adds up. One thing you may have noticed, this is, at least to my understanding, it is a boss fight. Very, very early on in the game, and the music has not changed. I actually just saw a video not too long ago detailing how, particularly, how the battle music in the Final Fantasy games changed and developed over time. Move it, bats. So, you are the Light Warriors. Thank you. And this is handy. They send us right back to the castle. We can talk to the king. Thank you for saving the princess. To aid your quest, I ordered a bridge built to the continent. Go now and make the orbs shine again. Yeah, that bridge is already constructed, so either a lot of time has passed in the game's universe, or they clearly don't have an American-style infrastructure. Also, they don't really spell this out, but if you talk to the princess, she gives you a loot. The loot comes in handy, as she points out at the very end of her little dialogue here. Apparently this loot has been passed down for 2,000 years. I'd really like to know what that loot is made out of, or whether or not it's in workable condition. Garland is a he, and we get to take the loot. Cool. Technically, there are spots we can explore down here, but that's about it. It's just a guard standing in the middle of nothing, and nothing on the other side. I bet that's where Garland came in from, because there was no security. We still do not have the key. We will not have the key for a couple episodes. But then when we do, we'll be able to get a whole bunch of stuff. And now, this is about as much of a tutorial as this game offers. If you haven't gotten it by this point, reading the instructions, you're a little SOL. And now, so their journey begins. What awaits the four, they do not know. Each holding an orb that 2,000 years ago shined with beauty from within, but now only darkness. By the way, this music, awesome, and they used it a lot in subsequent games. Come, start your journey, return the light of peace to our world. Programmed by Nasir. Character design. Scenario. Production of Square 18. That music, the first game that I can think of that it comes... First game I can think of where that music was used. I'm pretty sure they got it in Final Fantasy XII. I'm sure it's in other games, I just am not as familiar with the soundtracks. There is technically a witch up here. I think there might be a chest. Oh, you know what? We need to go back and heal up our characters. Excuse me. So let me actually, excuse me again. Let me actually just pause this, and I'm gonna go and stay at the inn and heal our guys up, and I'll come right back to this exact spot. Alright, we're back. We are all healed up. I did have another fight, I think, on the way back, but at least, you know, our guys aren't out of spells and all that fun stuff. So the witch that we're gonna go see is involved in a quest later on in the game. I don't remember 100% of the specifics. I kind of remember what it's about, but we'll just wait till we get there, and hopefully I just remember that that's where we gotta go. Plus, it's good to see the creative nature of 1980s video games. It's pretty awesome. Not gonna lie. Alright, let's see. So this is the cave where the witch lives. Oh, ogres, they hit like a truck. We're just gonna make sure that... Oh, let's see if sleep gets us somewhere. Cool, they're both asleep. One of them woke up. Both of them woke up. That's a whole turn of free damage. Free being the cost of one spell use. Yeah, we're just gonna have everyone attack now. Yeah, you hit dude for 18. Chuck can only hit for 2 damage at a time, apparently. 1 damage if you count by hit. Well, and Vivi gets hit for the same amount. That hardly seems fair. A little black mage wearing cloth armor takes the same amount as damage as my beefy fighter wearing chainmail armor. There we go, that's a little better. Oh no! Let me guess. He's gonna die right here. Oh, he didn't. Well, on the plus side. So I said I was super anal about having everyone be at the same experience level, and if I have anything to say about it, I'm not throwing it off. This will give us a good chance to show off the early game revive mechanic. Oh, here's the 80s stuff I was talking about before. Tekelis Behissup, a magic spell. I'll let you think about that one for a little bit. I was right, there are chests. And it's more than just one. Pure is... I want to say the... I don't think it's the antidote. Hold on, we'll look at the items and see what they are. Also, here's the witch. Where is my crystal? It's a crystal ball, by the way. I can't see anything without it. Who stole my crystal? I know who stole it. Now I remember more or less what goes on in that little quest line, and why it's important. Alright, let's see. So I guess let me pause this again, and then when I get to the spot where we need to revive Vivi, I will revive Vivi and show you how that works. Alright, we are back in the starting town, and there's this little spot right over here. Out of the way, please. It's got the heart on the building. It's the clinic. And here's where you can revive people. Reviving costs a little bit more than just staying at the inn. At least here it does. And obviously, well, maybe not so obviously. Eventually, as you go to subsequent towns, the cost of staying at the inn and the cost of reviving your guys goes up significantly. Also, while we're thinking of it, heal is a potion, pure is an antidote. The reason why some of the names in this can look a little bit weird is because they only, like, they allocated enough memory to have 4 letters for everything, like item, spell, and player character-wise. Obviously, Garland is more than 4 letters, but Garland is the only instance of that specific character, sprite, thing. Also, when you revive, at least with the clinic, it doesn't, replenish any of your spell slots, and you only have 1 health. So, if you're ever going to use the clinic, make sure you also go to the inn. It's another reason why having to revive a character can get pretty expensive, because you always have to then heal them up. But that's 100% okay in my book. I figure if we're weak enough that we die, we can invest a little bit of money, that's fine. So, off this way, there's nothing else up there at this point, just a couple items that we wanted to grab. Wolves. Let's go like this. You'll probably die. I doubt this one will die, but I didn't want to overkill it. 10 damage from Vivi, that's not bad. Thor hits, 19 damage. That would have killed the last wolf if he and Vivi had attacked it. We did kill the last one though with 20 damage from Chuck, so that's pretty nifty. Dude can probably finish that one off by himself. Thor should have a chance to finish off his wolf. Alright. How we doing? Come on, Chuck. Chuck, you let me down. Let's go like this. Sure. Oh, here it comes. I'm gonna sit forward and you're not gonna hear it. Or maybe you heard the back of my chair creak a little, but that's just because I was really laying into it. Oh no! Oh good, you can still hear me, but I can't hear anything because I just unplugged my headphones. So sorry if that made a nice loud poppy sound just now, but I am back. Alright, let's keep going. Just for thoroughness, there's nothing here except a little desert. Oh wow, that's a lot of mad ponies. Yeah, I think we need to do it this way. Actually, I think maybe sleeping them would be helpful. Oh! Apparently, dude can one-shot them. On the plus side, I know what's up ahead, so we're just going to keep going forward for right now. What I was going to say was that this patch of forest always reminded me of a spaceship. Now in my adult... Really? Now in my adult years, it still kind of looks like a spaceship. But, yeah. Yeah. So, up ahead, right here is another town, and while I am personally okay with going all the way back to that starter town and using the cheaper clinic and stuff, I also now have to revive 2 characters. See, this is why I spent the whole first episode just grinding. And why I grinded a little more and paused the video in this episode. Because apparently, stuff can hit like a truck. Let's go, there we go. Sorry, I thought it froze up there for a minute. Alright, so I think the clinic is off to the right. Yeah, there's the clinic right there, and then the end's right up there in the middle. So, yep, let's get Thor and Vivi. Awesome, I don't need his help anymore. Let's go to the inn first, and then I'm also gonna probably buy a spell. I could buy better weapons or armor, and I intend to, but this at least lets me know kind of how much money I have to work with and how much I need to get, because spells also get more expensive. So let's see. Yeah, they're 400 a piece now. So none of these help me immediately. Mute, I don't actually... So some spells don't work, full disclosure. I don't remember if mute is one of them. But A-lit is anti-lightning, which comes in handy under the right, in the right fights. And there are some fights that we'll eventually see where that's going to be super helpful. I think dark is one that doesn't work. I'll have to look that up, and that is one I actually do really want to know, because I would much rather not waste my money. So I know ice works, so we're definitely gonna buy ice. And then maybe, just maybe, I think the weapon and armor shops are on the other side. It's a nice little town. We can talk to people if we want. Actually, yeah. Because I know what's going on, we should talk. This town has been invaded by pirates. It was very, laissez-faire, I suppose. Just, this town's been invaded by pirates. Even that, I think, was probably too sassy for the amount of emotion I got from that guy. So, we currently have chain armor. I would really like to get iron armor. We can get some for free later, but it helps me now. We are going to buy a wooden shield, because we can. We're going to give that to Dude. And then we're going to buy 2 pairs of gloves. One for Thor, and one for Vivi. Alright. We're going to do one thing really quick, and then that's probably going to be the end of this particular episode. So, really quick, I just want to show, when you go to the status menu, you have your attributes on the left in the bottom. So we have like 22 strength, 7 agility, 2 intelligence, doesn't seem very smart, 12 vitality, and then 7 luck. On the right, damage is your base damage that you can do. That gets reduced by the armor that certain enemies have, and then there's a little bit of randomness to it. Your hit percent is the number that they use in the calculation for whether or not you land a hit. Obviously, 21% doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I don't know what the scale is. And I believe that also is going to depend on, the evasion stat of the enemies that you're fighting. Absorb is your armor, evade is your chance to dodge. So, that's important to know. What I wanted to demonstrate was how that changes when we equip stuff. So I'm imagining that our damage and hit shouldn't be unaffected, but it's 20, 21, 15, and 40. 20, 21, 17, and 40. So that wooden shield increased the amount of damage we're allowed to absorb, or effectively our armor, by 2. Didn't do anything to any of our other stats. The reason why that's important is because you might have a character. If you're going to play this game yourself and you want to experiment without looking up the specifics online, you might want to look and see, hey, Chuck here's got 54% chance to dodge, but if I equip him with a cap, now he has a 53% chance to dodge. It actually went down, or his evade percent stat is 53. I don't know if that's necessarily 53%, but basically, at least with the black belt, you have to be careful because the armor that you equip will eventually be worse and will show as being worse than just not having armor equipped at all, which sucks, except then what he gets to do is just have 4 slots for armor and 4 slots for weapons that you can just have extra stuff sitting in, because there's no encumbrance in this game or anything. I think that's handy, but maybe I'm alone in that regard. Let's see. This is the pirate that we're gonna fight. I think we could kill it pretty easily, but I do want to get another level, and before we get another level, I am actually going to end the episode. What does this guy say? There's nothing in the water, that's good. Help! So yes, if you enjoyed this video, thank you for watching, and I will see you